Alright, welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 2. And it was pretty much decided that we should go after this part of nationalist China. Now, I'm hesitant to weaken them, but it's the kind of thing that it's kind of hard for me to want this stuff here. Because it looks really bad, and it's actually hurting nationalist China. This stuff's practically worthless, and there's a bunch of dudes over here that are not helping them do other things over here. Now, obviously, there's only 2 years left. Chinese unification was going to have to be an issue for Hearts of Iron 3, or whatever. It may never happen, and I'm seriously going to have to think up some kind of scenario for that, because it's very scripted, and I'm just going to have to come up with something, and I'm going to have to fix a lot of issues that I had with mistakes I'd made in my conversion, such as Kamchatka and Vandistan, but on the whole, they basically survived, and that's more than I expected them to do. Vandistan, not so much. I expected them to do about what they've been doing, to be quite honest. So, being a dominion and all, they don't really have much freedom. So, and Kamchatka surviving at all is a real testament to their ability to do things, even though nobody colonized up here. One can assume that that doesn't really matter. The only colonization I feel that is really detrimental to things is this up here. Nobody's colonizing this for some reason. You'd think that York or France would do something about it. It doesn't really matter that much. And again, it's something I can solve in the conversion. But in any case, we have a solid ally here who is not going to give them military access. Zhou here is not necessarily in their kind of corner, but they are not necessarily, as you can see here, they are pretty okay with us. They're better with China, but that's to be expected. Obviously, they're not going to accept an alliance, mostly because of insufficient relations, but likely they will get military access through here. So I'm going to have to leave quite a few of my troops over here to defend against a Chinese counterattack. They still do have most of their land, as evidenced by their continuing high level of military power. Quite a great deal of that is probably the fact that nationalist China is in communist, and they usually have pretty poor government policies concerning warfare. Although, I'm not sure about this one. Anyway, we want to justify a war. We want to liberate a country. I think. Interestingly enough, there still is an option to acquire a colony, but I'm not sure what that is. Freeing people, liberate a country from oppression, liberate an entire country from its oppressors. So this is the one we want here. I'm fairly certain that we want liberate country. Free people is cheaper. So, I would assume that that's what we want. Now, China obviously does not like us at the moment. Let's go ahead and move our troops here. I feel as though the troops we have over here in Turkestan, or whatever we want to call this area over here, should be more than sufficient to deal with whatever troops they have over here. And we can actually move our troops into Tibet if I feel threatened by that. which is a huge advantage. As a matter of fact, I will take advantage of that. No, actually I won't. Actually I won't. I still have military access with these guys, I'll do that. I will, however, move a couple of guys into there from here, just to prevent them from making any sudden movements. I'm not too concerned with whatever Europe is going to do. So, I feel okay about having my troops sitting over here, rather than sitting in a European centric position, Eurocentric position, as it were. And I'm not going to call any of my allies into this. And the main reason I'm not going to do that is because I think that I will lose them. That's right. How's Egypt doing with their rebels? Badly from the looks of things. But they might be able to consolidate these troops and take this out. Travancore nationalists, as expected, quite a few of them have risen up. Not too big a threat, to be perfectly honest. I have enough troops here that it's not that huge of a deal to begin with. I'm gonna lose this province, obviously. Not that big a deal. But there we go. This will actually be kind of nice because it will free up some pressure from our nationalist stuff, because, well, last time we had I think a Bengali rebellion, Indian rebellion, something like that. So this is basically blowing off the steam of all those built-up rebellions going on. And it was only about 150 regiments or something like that. So not that big a deal. It'd be 160. Okay, that doesn't look like a good place to stand. The supply limits are very low here. You know, I think a better idea is to let China get stuck with that rather than do that. So we might move these guys over here and split them up a little bit. I really wish Brunei was a better ally, or rather an ally at all, but I wasn't keeping up with my increasing relations there. It's not really much that can be done, to be honest. Got 128 days left before we can do that. This will end the rebellions in southern India, for the most part. I'll keep some troops down here. These guys can stay down here. I've got a lot of troops in northern India. I'd say losing the prestige is probably a better idea here. As I haven't had much trouble spearing people with my maxed out tech. Unfortunately, it does reset everybody else's stuff. And they have a pretty cool flag now. And I've already got them on high priority. Let's make sure I don't have anybody else on priority. They are by far my biggest thing. Yeah, Tunis is not a deal right now. So okay, just focus on Egypt. Kurdistan, I think I'm still gaining some points in. Nobody's going to bother with that, so I will take those points off. And that looks good. Once these units get over here, I can split them into 2 parts, 3 parts, whatever. This might be the best place to put it. No. This is pretty bad either way. But they can go back around. The question is whether I'm going to have enough war score to end the war at all. Because I'm definitely not going to give up. Just because I can't end the war before the end of the game. We might start the game with a war, but which is going to make things quite a bit more complicated on my part to continue a game, continue a war through, especially if somebody's not decisively winning it. The way that the combat works in Hearts of Iron 3 is not necessarily a good idea to... I want this army. To have occupations, and much more so than in other games. Paradox games. It's much more of a disadvantage. 11 prestige? Just before the end of the game, I'll make a decision on whether I should do these things. I'm probably not... More rebellion stuff. My militancy's not that high. But it's not going down as fast as it used to with the flaws of democracy thing. And that's been building up through the course of the game. I've still got a rather large net bonus to militancy drain. 74% literacy now, or rather literate nation at this point. And we've got all of the major texts. Commerce is completely pointless, I feel. We've been pretty okay. Whatever's going on. This would have been probably a smart idea to get these prestige gain ones earlier in the game. But I just didn't care. Look at 600 something research points. We'll get that in like 3 days. Yeesh. 50 flashpoint intention in Travancore. Impressionism 2000. Whatever. Switch your jobs. No, shut up, rich people. And, you know, I think this is the first time we've actually... Well, no. I take that back. We had planned aggression against Smolensk and Amalfi, but they balked at it, actually. When we attacked Muscovy, they turned away from it because we were too strong. And I am doing bad stuff here. What the hell? You can't cross that way? Again, not a big deal. Actually, I have troops in a pretty good position to deal with that. And it looks like that's going okay. Unless that was the general that just died. Okay. Let's go ahead and knock this out. Doesn't really matter at all, as I said. Now, where are you going? Here, I guess. Okay. Now they pretty much have to come through this way. Actually, this way. They have to come through this way. Okay, China. You are protected by Amalfi in Mexico. Not really scared of that. We have very little prestige because of us and France crushing them. I think it's Kashgaria that we want to liberate. Yes. Which is most of Kazakhstan, or what I thought was Kazakhstan. Okay, there's not really a prestige mechanic in Hearts of Iron 3, but if we actually end up not being able to get the goal, I'll put some sort of similar penalty for us if we fail to win. So, clearly the thing to do here is to go straight at them, and that was badly out of position, but it doesn't really matter that much. We just want to have a dominant position. Actually, you come in here. And, you know, because of the awkwardness of the terrain there's not really much else I can do. What kind of troops are these? Really bad ones. So, we'll do that. Alright. And now we shall see what's going on. You know, I could call Tibet into the war. And then that would funnel their troops through here. Would France say yes to joining in the war? It's a maybe. That is a no in my book. So they'd have to get military access with Zhou and Guangdong to come in through this way. Not necessarily Guangdong, but definitely Zhou. And I've got troops in place and I can see them coming. There's no chance that they're going to get military access through Tibet, and if they do, they're going to lose a lot of guys because that's not their land. Through attrition. They weren't even paying their troops properly, by the looks of things. We're just now learning about this kind of stuff. Yeah, wholesale slaughter. They're probably several techs behind. France is already friendly with them. But it doesn't look like they're focusing any points there. They probably have to worry more about other people. More so than me. Persian communists? In Africa. And here. I'm going to ignore the rebellion for now, even though I could crush it. Not because I want to let it be, but because I know the thing has more support than this. We might actually get some more revolutionaries if they start to become successful. And plus, I'd rather not have to pay attention to it right now. More laziness than anything else. I do think about that though. They have to take our capital and stuff. They're so far away from that that it doesn't even matter. They can almost literally do nothing to us. Oh, okay. been enough time. What's going on over here? Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Also forgot about this. That'll be alright, looks like. Okay, there's already an army here. Looks like a pretty decent army, just from the top units. No tanks and stuff, but hey, still looks pretty good. Alright, let's go ahead and land them here. It's gonna take a while, but... let's come out onto this Taiwan Strait. Okay, there are some troops. There are some places here. We'll go ahead and leave a couple of cruisers and some ironclads here. Now, surprisingly enough, even though if you consider what ironclads are compared to cruisers, modern cruisers, that ironclads are actually bigger than cruisers. This doesn't make any sense. Oh, these are communists too. I have no doubt they won't be able to get through this, but whatever. I had always hoped they'd rise up, and since it's more substantial than 3 units... Kurdish Trebizond. What is this? I can't even support a side right now. Kurdish Trebizond. Here. It's Kurdistan, Armenia. Armenia, okay. It's alright. We want the tanks on the front line. You can actually stay here. Okay. I don't know why what the deal is with that, but that's Mongolia's army. Still don't see anything. Now, this is an army right here. It would take quite a bit for them to pop that. Even the only level 4 fort. I'm gonna upgrade it though. I don't think they even have a fleet at this point. I think I destroyed most of their naval units. Okay. Let's kind of methodically move forward so as to not take as much attrition. You stay here. Oh, actually, I wanted the other way around. Have the tanks in the front line and the larger unit without the tanks. I mean, they both have tanks, I suppose. Yeah, you know what? If these guys all attack that unit, they'd probably lose. Well, it looks like I have to give them a reason to turn away. Let's give them one. Why do you have to walk around like that? That looks really stupid. Alright. Psychoanalysis. Hello, Mr. Freud. What are you doing? The funny thing is they don't seem to be moving. They seem perfectly content to just sit there. Which is probably a good idea on their part. Okay. Now it's pretty clear what we've got there, so... Looks like cruisers to me. Oh no, it's not even. Not even. Why do I keep doing that? Well, I know why. It's right next to the escape key. We'll see how they react to this. If I really needed to save these troops, I could always duck them into France. France's borders. Apparently it was much faster to go that way than to cut straight across. I would think if they had military access with Mongolia, we would see more guys over here, but not. Oh, actually, you stay there. No, that's a single, okay. I'm not leaving anything open. Oh wait, hang on. No, if I did that, yeah. I'd leave that province open. That's a lot of guys. If I was China, I wouldn't be stupid about this. I would smash this army. But it doesn't look like they're doing it. Weary. Lose 5 war exhaustion? Yeah, 5 war exhaustion is something I'd rather lose. Note we did not get discovered in that. Are you kidding me? That quickly? They're giving up already. Well, now I feel silly. It almost wants to make me rip more out of them. But I don't think there's a whole lot else I can do to them, or even want to do to them. Honestly, this showed up and they instantly, yeah. Okay, that's what we wanted. Ugiristan. It's pretty cool. How you doing? Minus 1 million. You are too strong. What? That is the most ludicrous value I've ever seen in my life. Negative 1,348,908. Mostly for army strength. Oh man. That's gotta be a bug right now. Well, they're uncivilized. That's probably because they were, a colony. Alright, everybody out of the pool. I could just stay there in Ugiristan if I really wanted to. But I don't want to. At least give me military access. Diplomatic value, -9. Much more reasonable than that. Okay, it's because I have dudes standing on them, I would think. Who's attacking Sweden? Or with Norway? Or with Denmark? And it seems like they're doing the Scandinavia thing a little bit. Who's the aggressor in this war? Swedish liberation of Kola. Alright. Looks like King Hai is doing pretty well against Mongolia. Not a lot of occupying going on, but that's pretty much all battles, I would think. Alright. Oh, I have another sphere, or another thing. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go to Baghdad. We're gonna say, till the end of the game, we're gonna focus on communists. Just for no reason. That's not gonna do anything, but it's symbolic. You know? That's what I wanted the whole game, but, you know, they didn't want to give that to me. There you go, Samarkand. That is not where they ended up, but, hey. And you go here. Okay. Colonial policy debates. I'll take the prestige again, as it is largely harmless. Oh yeah, they're exiled. So I turn the speed up because, you know, I think this really should be the last part of the last session. It's going to take them forever to really do anything. Just imagine this is Nepal? What is your problem? This is internal matter. We are choosing not to do anything about. You jerk. Even spread, it looks like. Well, I definitely want them to lose to militancy, that's for certain. Suez Canal money. Huh? Oh. Tibetan communists. No matter what, this is dangerous, but looks like they've got the things under control. They got 33,000 guys. Nationalists, on the other hand, we will crush them. See, 32,000 rebels might be scary for a lot of other places, but not to us. And I've deliberately got out of their way here, because they're the closest one to Baghdad. Honestly, they won't do anything by the end of the game. It's completely impossible for them to... I'll humor them, and humor myself. We get another colony? Quite a bit of Persian culture there. It's pretty surprising. A lot of Marathis here. Indian people moving to South Africa. Boer. Representatives of probably what used to be in our world. Bengali. Persian. It used to be in our world Ireland's stuff. So we've got one more year. We're not going to get all of the techs. Let's go ahead and knock out some of these really easy techs. Another... Hey. East African, Wow. That is fairly large. Some Arabs there too. Mashriki being the Mesopotamian, I believe, sort of thing. What's the culture here? Bedouin. Cool. Panama, you should talk to us. So, I've been told that this is how I got an alliance with Smolensk. In that they were essentially forming the Allies now. They've since broken their alliance with me. But, if that's true, then we should have an alliance with them, which we do. Okay, so perhaps that is true. I'm not certain. Let's at least act like we have something, you know, we know how to properly do money stuff, even though we really don't. We're just ridiculously rich the whole game. Oh yes, sure, we know all about that interest and stuff. Hey, I know about interest. I did that loan really early in the game. And let's prepay the loan. Why not? We're learning about the fiscal responsibility now. It was the war bonds for that Chinese war. Whatever. Now we'll know about science. I mean, we know about, like, explode science, but, you know. Talk about business science. Flashpoint tension went back down in Rajputana. Nepal. You jerks. You know what, that's fine. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, they're not even gonna get this before the end of the game, I don't think. I'm turning a blind eye to the communists right now. Certainly not gonna kill 5% of a state for that. Investment banks. Why not? Why the hell not? It really does feel silly. Just let them do stuff. It's honestly not going to do a whole lot. But whatever. Maybe I can use this as an excuse to do something interesting. Certainly not in this game. Oh look, the communists took this back. Whatever, infamy for that. Oh, they're starting to move west. Oh, looks like Nepal went in on it. Eh. Central bank. Whatever. Honestly, all that money stuff didn't matter to us at all. Who cares? Everybody lose militancy. Why not? Oh. Communist support wanes. Now they're getting losing to their troops. Oh noes. We're not going to be able to sphere them before the end of the game, are we? No, maybe we will. Maybe we will. Oh, got another state we can do. Two of them, actually. Uganda. And Shewa, which we actually had a thing in. You instead do soldiers, whatever. We'll finally crack down on those monopolies now. Nationalist Chinese restoration of order to the Zhao. I think we actually will come into the end of the game with 3 wars in play. Maybe. Okay, no big deal. These are actually anarcho-liberals. Let's go ahead and, yeah. Help that out. Now, Tunis, nobody cares about Tunis, but I guess we'll go ahead and, you know, put those points there. Just in case. It'd actually be pretty interesting to have a revolt. Oh look, Sweden's ended their war with Denmark. They've taken Kola back, it looks like. It looks like they already had a sphere on that. Russia's definitely not going to be there. I feel as though that is an aberration of the game system. In my unwillingness to completely remove all Russian cores, I am seriously glad that this is all that happened because of that. And that it was relatively ignorable. So here we go. I probably want to get a save right before the end of the game. And this is Nationalist China against Zhao. It's strange that they only have 12%, and practically all of their provinces have been occupied, including their capital. They only have this one left. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and make a save here. Six. You can see my little numbering system there. That's basically how many things I have. A lot of times I'll go to the end of the game and like be mistaken and there's another year left. But not in this case. Not in this case. I didn't select a tech because it's not needed. 100 momentous years have passed and we have entered the modern age. The world is a radically different place. How did your country do? Well, I feel we did pretty well.